Welcome to Packmates, a podcast about Magic the Gathering Limited, where we take a deep dive in the current limited formats. Today we're going to talk about the Selesnya guild and which commons and uncommons I feel like go best with Selesnya. First up, we have our signpost uncommons. First up, we have Buried in the Garden, which exiles a creature and lets us add an additional mana, ramp, or splash. Smallest Sentry seems like a very strong card, but we're going to need many face down permanents, and those are going to be contested. Due to this, I think we're going to need to splash potentially another color to make this deck the best that it can be. First up, we have some solid uncommon creatures. We have Sanctuary Wall, Essence of Antiquity. I'm not sure if it's going to be good, but it could be in certain decks. Foreign Familiar will help us save our dudes. And Glint Weaver goes really well with Essence of Antiquity, gaining us a ton of life. Then we have Case of the Trampled Garden, which would be a solid case. Lets us put counters around, but it'll let us attack with one creature while holding the rest of our team back to block, as our deck will most often go late. Flourishing Bloomkin can be played. We should have plenty of forests, and it should be a fine body. Sample Collector will be fine on defense, and when we are able to start attacking, we shouldn't have a ton of collect evidence in our deck. And Pompous Gadabout is a fine card. I'm not sure if it'll be good enough in this deck, but time will tell. Next up, we have our removal suite at uncommon. Hard-hitting Question will be fine. Case of the Gateway Express will be fine. Not on my watch will be extremely premium in this deck. And then the white-black split card will also be pretty premium in this deck. I didn't put it in here because it's best if we're splashing. This will be one of the better decks for our first common Novice Inspector, as we're looking to go late, and it provides us a body and a clue, something we do on both turns 1 and 2. Has the Vigilante will be fine in our deck if we have enough disguise creatures. Inside Source is still a solid white common, and we should look to play it. Due Diligence might go in this deck if we have enough bargain creatures, as giving a guy +2/+2 and Vigilance will be very good if it already has Ward 2. Next up, we have our green commons. Fanatical Strength is another card that gets much better if our cards have Ward 2. Lockstone Eavesdropper is just a solid 4-drop. Nervous Gardener will help us find our lands, and Tunnel Tipster is definitely good enough and will grow throughout the game. Next up, we have our common removal spells. We don't have a ton. Bite Down on Crime should be fine. It'll be one of our only collect evidence spells. Makeshift Binding will be very good because gaining 2 life and exiling their thing seems like exactly what we want to do. Make Your Move will be fine. It might be a necessary evil in this deck, and we may have to sideboard it out some games. Next up, we have our multicolored uncommons. I think all of these that we can play without splashing are going to be very good in this deck, and some of them may even be worth splashing for if we get a couple other cards in those colors that we would like to play. I think the ones that I didn't leave on here can still go in this deck, like the Crocalista Investigator. I just think they're all going to be pretty good in this deck. Thanks for watching this review on the Selesnya commons and uncommons. If you think I missed any cards, please leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the Discord. Thanks for watching. See ya.